The death of Alan Kurdi during the autumn of 2015 prompted an international focus on the Syrian refugee crisis, but his death was in fact the tip of an iceberg. Since 2011, the ongoing Syrian civil war has wreaked havoc in the country. Lives were lost and children's education stopped.
Except for Allah, I have never turned to anyone for help. This is my first time asking others to help me. I had work in Syria before. I didn't need any help then. Praise Allah. What can I say? This is Allah's will.
I wish things could go back to the way they were, and I want to go back to school. But because of our situation here at home, I have to work to support my family. The children stand by the window every morning and watch the Turkish children as they go to school. It makes them very sad.
I can't translate this. I just can't. These children are crying because it makes them sad to see the Turkish children go to school, and they can't. There are still so many of them who can't go back to school.
Forced to flee from their homeland, Syrian refugees could only dream of returning to their country safely one day. In 2014, the Tzu Chi Foundation collaborated with Mena High Primary and Secondary School with the assistance of Professor Tsuma and the Turkish government to give Syrian children the opportunity to go to school.
I like everything about school. Coming to school, I can learn new things and study. In the future, I can return to Syria to get a job. I want to become an ophthalmologist because my sister suffers from eye problems. I want to find the cure for her illness, so I want to study medicine. When I fled to Turkey, all I could do was work, and my future was grim. It was Tzu Chi and the volunteers who restored the smiles to our faces. Our consideration was, if they don't go to school at the age of 9, then they will be uneducated for the rest of their life, as they start work at the age of 11. We really can't bear to see them this way. These refugee children, if they don't receive proper schooling, then they just become child laborers or wander around outside. It's important for these children to get an education, but this isn't a problem that can be solved with a one-time humanitarian aid. It's a long-term investment.
When Taiwan saw the images of Alan Kurdi lying on the beach, people were awakened to the plight of refugees. However, a year before that, Tzu Chi had already begun the organization's relief work in Istanbul. The organization displays such compassion.
When others are in pain, Tzu Chi volunteers put their love into action. During tumultuous times, Tzu Chi reaches out to refugees, crossing boundaries and religious differences to bring them a ray of hope.